Booze and Barbecue. Hey guys, and welcome to another Booze and Barbecue. This is Andy.
And this is JoJo.
JoJo, how is everything?
Everything's great.
It's been a really wild week, has it not?
Every week is a wild week. What are you talking about?
This is true. You're living the Booze and Barbecue lifestyle now.
Oh my gosh.
Never stop, never slow down.
Nope.
And never surrender, by the way.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. And no booze, and BBQ left behind.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's a t-shirt idea for you.
Hey, I'm going to look into that.
Yeah.
We've been doing some t-shirts. We've got our store up on Teespring now.
Mm-hmm.
So you just go to teespring.com. I believe it's /stores/boost-booze-BBQ.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also just type in Booze and BBQ
mm-hmm.
and find us there. And we've got some really cool looking t-shirts up there. I think my favorite so far has been the Thank You for Smoking.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
That's a great one. But my favorite is I have a Chevelle shaped hole in my heart, because I definitely do.
Well, that's a quote I pulled straight from you.
Yes.
So that should be your favorite.
Yep. That's a dash JoJo.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to go back and add a dash JoJo to that.
Nah.
Yeah, but we've got that up now. Anybody can go over there and get any of the t-shirts. You can get a Booze BBQ t-shirt, the ones that we wear to all of our events. So you can look like you're officially part of the Booze BBQ crew.
Yeah. Good luck being like us, though. Oh, I'm so hilarious.
Ouch. And hey, you brought us a booze today.
I did.
What do we got here?
This is so great. So I actually brought this down for your wife's birthday here recently.
Mm-hmm.
And we finally just had the opportunity to pop this one open. This is Johan Vineyards, which is right here in Oregon. And it's their Pétillant Naturel. Sorry, I butchered that. But it's a 2016 Pinot Noir sparkling wine.
And it is amazing.
Yes, and it is unfiltered and naturally sparkling.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you can tell that it's naturally sparkling. It's not forced carbonated, because as you're swallowing it down, it still effervesces all the way down your throat. It's not like a beer where you hold it in your mouth and all the carbonation goes away and then you swallow it down flat.
Right.
It completely stays effervescent the entire
continues
time.
To be bubbly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's great. And I am getting a massive mixed berry flavor, just like a punch in the face of mixed berry. It's really, really yummy. It's not too sweet though.
No.
It's not dry, but it's definitely not too sweet.
Right. It doesn't have the dry mouth feel, but it's not too sugary
It's
sweet
not like
either.
syrupy.
Right.
No. Yeah.
It's definitely got a cranberry blueberry thing going on for
yes.
me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess that is a mixed berry. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like mixed berry yogurt.
Hear what I mean, not what I say.
Right.
No, I got you. I'm with you.
It's excellent though. I'm so glad we finally got to open this. Been waiting.
Yes, it's so good. And it went fantastic with those wings that I made.
Oh, it did. Oh man.
I smoked these wings for maybe an hour and a half. I probably should call it grilled, because they were just directly over hardwood lump coals. Threw a little apple and cherry in there, and nice and smoky, nice and hot. Ran it 450 degrees. The skin came out really nice and crispy.
So crispy.
All of the juices were being held in by that skin.
Yeah.
So when you pulled the wing apart, it just like dripped the juices.
Yeah. Like ran down your fingers. It dripped down your chin.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good.
It was super good. And then pairing it with this sparkling Pinot Noir is just like mind blowing.
Great.
So good.
Yeah. That takes me back to when we had our friend on the show, Chris, who is a wine expert. I'm just going to go ahead and call him that. In my opinion, a wine expert. And he paired barbecue with a sparkling wine.
Yes, he introduced us to that.
He did.
And what a fantastic pairing.
We are carrying on that tradition proudly.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And cheers to that.
Cheers.
And you did a little racing this weekend, did you not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did. So I had the opportunity to get up at 4:30 in the morning
Woohoo.
on Sunday, but it was for a really good cause. And that cause is getting the Autocross Club of Central Oregon, ACCO, back into the game. They used to hold events at Hoodoo Ski Area or Ski Resort Area. whatever it's called, Hoodoo, up at the tippy top of the Santiam Pass in the summer. They lost that venue, hashtag Drifter Life. Then almost immediately following that, I mean, talk about a 1-2 punch. They basically lost their fairgrounds venue because they decided to chip seal their parking lot. And I don't know if you're familiar with chip seal, but it's basically gravel held together with tar.
Right.
So when we tried to hold an event on that surface about 5 years ago, it was like being in a gravel parking lot. It was awful. It tore up our tires. It tore up the parking lot. It just was not good for anybody. So I was really, really excited to get back over the mountain and race with that club again. They are back at the fairgrounds because now that it's been about 5 years and it's been driven on and it's been weathered, the surface is holding together really, really well.
Nice.
So this was just kind of a test it out kind of a day. And there were about 30 cars that showed up. Everybody got 6 passes, I want to say, 5 or 6 passes. 5 passes. I take that back. Everybody got 5 passes. And then we broke for lunch and they went out and walked around looking at the pavement, making sure it was still holding together. It was. And we got the green light to not only continue to race that afternoon, but also have another 2-day event in about a month from now.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm so excited. And I tell you what, that drive over the mountain at about 5 a.m., there's nothing else like that. It's gorgeous. There's no one else on the road. It's curvy. It's got beautiful scenery. The sun's coming up over the mountain.
I was about to say, if you can time it just right, where you get into the sunlight as you're cresting over the top of the mountain.
Oh, I totally was. Yeah.
Oh,
and I tried to get on video. I had my cell phone up there and the video rolling, but I got to do something about that cell phone mount that I got. It's so bumpy. Got to get that figured out. I mean, you guys can see it in the video I posted of my fastest run. It's really bumpy. So I will do everything I can to get that figured out before next month and hopefully get some video of coming up over the mountain with the sunrise because it's breathtaking.
Nice. I can't wait to see that. I love making that drive. I really do. We're going to be making that drive here in about a month because there's a big barbecue competition called Swine and Spirits in Redmond.
Yeah.
That we're going to make our way over there for. Yeah, I can't wait to make that drive. It's going to be super nice. It's not great in the wintertime with the snow on the pass, but it's fantastic in the summer.
Yeah. And the earlier you can get up there, the better. Because let me tell you, coming back home Sunday afternoon was not so great.
Oh, I bet traffic was atrocious.
It was horrible. So horrible.
The traffic trying to come back from Mecum on Saturday.
Oh.
And on Friday. But yeah, it was just,
Both
it was
days.
crazy bad.
Yeah. But Mecum was amazing.
That was an incredible experience.
Totally worth it.
Can't thank Mecum enough for letting us come and do media. And by the way, couldn't help but notice that we were some of the only people with media passes there.
What the heck was up with that?
I don't know, but I feel very fortunate.
I do too.
Very fortunate. So huge shout out to Mecum. Thanks so much for having us. Of course, we've got tons and tons of stuff that we're going through. We're posting it up as we get it edited and gonna have some videos ready for you guys here pretty soon too. So keep an eye out for that. When they go up on the YouTube, you'll be the first to know about it. Just incredible stuff that was there.
Oh man.
And I talked way too much about the Nashville Metropolitans. But
You talked about that a lot.
I did. I want one so bad.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what else I want though is some of those turbo Porsches they had.
Oh yeah, like that red one.
Yes. The gray one.
Oh, and
gray
the
silver.
Yeah, the like gunmetal color.
Such a beautiful car. Beautiful car. I may have gotten a little too much footage of that one. But
that's okay.
I loved that car.
Yeah.
Porsches, and I said this on the Monday bonus episode, but Porsches are a sleeper not just in speed, but in value. I mean, they really can go astronomically high before you even realize it. Those older Porsches, they really are just appreciating like crazy.
Yeah.
And they're worth more money than I'd ever anticipated.
And they're probably about ready to go up again because you know how Porsche just partnered with Remick. They bought like 10%, a 10% share of Remick.
Yeah, 10% share, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, really interesting article came up on Drive Tribe about this just the other day. And if you've been listening to the show for any length of time, you guys probably know how I feel about electric vehicles.
Also, she's addicted to Drive Tribe.
Also, I'm addicted to Drive Tribe. That's a fact. So, of course, this article caught my attention right away because the title is Porsche Makes Massive Move into Electric Car Market. And it's by Gregson Matthey. It's spelled like Matthey, so I'm going to say Matthey because Hooked on Phonics worked for me.
Norwegian?
Maybe. And he has posted his article in the Shifting Lanes tribe on Drive Tribe, and it talks about the whole Porsche acquiring 10% share in Remick, which of course is the maker of the supercar that Richard Hammond promptly crashed and barely escaped with his life. But obviously this is a really great partnership for Porsche and Remick. Porsche gets to use Remick's technology as they step into the electric vehicle market, and Remick gets to put their technology into a vehicle carrying the Porsche badge.
Well, yeah, and Porsche already has their 918, which is a hybrid.
Yeah.
And they've already kind of got their own battery and motor technology, but it looks like Remick's is quite a bit better. And so if Porsche wants to keep moving in that direction and have a predecessor to the 918, which, by the way, was a fantastic car.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy fast.
Yeah.
Ridiculously fast. So we know that it works. And if Porsche wants to continue, making inroads into that, acquiring a portion of Remick so that they can share technologies, not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a classic case of win-win for these guys. Yeah. But what really grabbed my attention was the first paragraph in the article. And I'm going to go ahead and quote this for you guys. Porsche is a company steeped in tradition. They aren't dummies. They see where the car world is, unfortunately, in parentheses, going. It's an electric future for us all, even though I don't personally believe that this is the best course of action or will ever fully happen. Today, that's what it looks like. That's what grabbed me because I pretty much feel the same way as Mr. Matthey. And I expressed as much in the comment I left on his post. But it got me thinking again about the whole lithium ion battery problem, because it is a problem and people either don't seem to know about it or at least are choosing not to acknowledge it. So back to Google I went, and I'm really glad I did because I came across an article written by Mr. Rob Nikolewski and published in the Los Angeles Times here just a few months ago. And it's all about this professor at UC San Diego who has actually come up with a way to recycle and restore used cathodes from lithium-ion batteries.
I see it right here. You got it up on the monitor.
Yeah.
LA Times, we'll put a link up to it on boostboostbbq.com.
Absolutely, we will. This method that they've come up with here has successfully been tested on cell phone and laptop batteries, resulting in the same charging time, the same storage capacity, and the same battery life as the originals.
Wow.
Yes. And the process can be used with electric vehicle batteries as well. Problem is, there's a catch. There's always a catch. It's a manual process that takes about 10 hours to complete.
Really?
Yeah. So obviously that's not going to work on the massive scale needed for electric vehicle batteries, but they're working on it. So they're not just saying, oh, here's what we've come up with. They're saying, here's what we've come up with. And next, we're going to figure out how to streamline the process, how to speed it up in a way that could actually make it work on a much larger scale.
Well, the key here is automation. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. You're going to need a robot with some dexterity that's able to pull the batteries apart. I assume that's why it's a manual process right now, is because, lithium's very volatile.
Oh, man.
And so taking that battery apart, I'm sure, takes a very sensitive touch.
Yes.
Now, I don't know for lithium exactly, but I'll assume that if it were in a non-reactive environment, argon-rich environment or something, take your pick, that you could take it apart more effectively without a risk of explosion
Okay.
or reaction, shall I say.
Yeah.
If you were able to do that and then have some type of a process where you were able to break it down,
Yeah.
bingo, bango,
Right.
done and done.
Absolutely. So we are on the cusp here of something hugely important and hugely necessary. And we just can't afford to look the other way anymore. We can't afford to pretend that electric vehicles are the answer without having a viable way to recycle and reuse the lithium ion batteries.
Right.
So
Exactly.
it's a big problem. The article even outlines the current state of the lithium ion realm. It hits kind of 3 of the major points here. The first one being that less than 3% of lithium ion batteries around the world are being recycled right now. Also, more than half of the world's cobalt supply comes from Congo, Africa, a country with a very violent history and documented cases of child labor used in the extraction of said cobalt.
That's really unfortunate.
It's a problem.
It's a huge problem.
Yeah. And then, of course, lithium is very limited supply. And again, it's coming from mostly one region of the world, South America.
Right.
So there just isn't enough of it to be sustainable.
Yeah, you're in these areas that are cash poor, resource rich. At a certain point, it definitely starts to feel like exploitation.
Absolutely.
There's just no other way you can put it. And where that exploitation comes from, I don't know if you can really lay the blame on any one place. It's more just a part of the consumer model. You know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
you've got consumers in socialist countries, capitalistic countries, communist countries. So it's not like you can centralize the blame.
No. It's all of us in it together, really.
Yeah. It's a global issue.
Yeah, absolutely. So please follow the link that we're going to put up on our website and read this article. Share it around. It's just so important. And I know that it hasn't been talked about much. And you're probably thinking, geez, Jojo, calm down. What's the big deal? Well, if I know anything about the media in this country, the only reason it's not being talked about is because the problem hasn't gotten big enough yet to cause a scandal.
Right.
So let's not let it get that far. We have the opportunity to be ahead of the game here for once. So we just need to start talking about it.
And, you know, kudos to the LA Times for asking the hard-hitting questions. Yes, it can work effectively, said Zing Chen, a 31-year-old who works as a nanoengineer. So he's very small.
Or at least the work he does is very small.
He does a minimal amount of work.
Or he builds bridges out of toothpicks.
Ooh.
Maybe.
He's a
For
smidgeneer.
ants. He's a smidgeneer. Smidgeneer.
I got a master's in Scotia.
Oh my gosh. I have clearly had too much of this sparkling wine. I almost said champagne. Ooh, that would have been bad.
Be careful now.
It is not champagne.
Well, this is good. This is really good. I appreciate these articles when you bring them up. And I know that the listeners appreciate them too, because we get comments and people message us and give their thoughts and feelings and opinions, most of which are wrong. So we don't talk about them.
Yeah, I appreciate.
No, I take that back, of course. But
well, yeah, and I appreciate you guys letting me bring out my soapbox here. But I feel passionate about this, and I think other people should too.
Yes, I agree. Marrying your passion with somebody else's passion is how you get things done. Yeah. And that's what we're doing on this podcast, right?
That's right.
We've got passions that we're trying to follow. And we appreciate you guys listening in and taking part. Yeah. In one way you can take part is by sending us photos of your cars. Yep. And we've got our first listener's ride. Yeah. Could not wait to see this because I've actually met this fellow before and I love his RX-7. He's got an FB RX-7, white, super JDM, got it in not great condition and has spent several years just kind of piecing it together, bits and pieces here and there as he finds them. But it was sent to us by Nathan Gallagher. Actually, it was sent to us by his buddy Dale. And so Nathan's going to have quite a surprise.
This is a sneak attack.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nathan's going to get to find out that he was our first featured listeners' rides. We're going to put some photos up of this car, and you guys go out and like it and share it. Nathan's put a ton of time and effort into this car, and it looks amazing.
It absolutely does.
And I really do encourage you to go and just show your support for someone who is trying to build a car the way they want it built. And they're definitely not following the mainstream, and they're really just trying to do it their own way and do it an original way. You don't see that very often.
Very refreshing.
It's very refreshing, especially now. So just make sure that you go out, check him out, check the car out. We'll have all the photos up that we got from him. Show him some love.
Yeah.
You know what I'd like to show some love to?
What's that?
Our smoking dealer smoking a doob.
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Man, I don't know. There's a part of me that wants to buy this thing as a rescue. It's like a puppy that you see in the pound.
I kind of want to just put it out of its misery.
I mean, it's already stuck in a field, so
Right.
yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going too far.
I know. Okay, let's back up. Let's back up.
We gotta let
Dial
the
it back.
listeners decide.
Right.
If this is a smoking dealer smoking a doob. 1992 Mazda Miata, $2,500.
Seems like a great deal.
Let's read a little bit about this.
Yeah.
Great project car. Limited edition sunburst yellow, which appears to be sprayed over a neon green,
Yeah.
which we can see because there are holes rusted through the rocker panels.
Yeah.
Runs and drives no problem.
No problem.
5-speed, 155,000 miles. You know, not bad there.
Yeah.
New battery, new front shocks, new ignition coil pack, rear brakes, rear calipers.
Actually, it doesn't say, it says new battery, comma, front shocks, ignition coil pack, rear brakes, and rear calipers.
No, you're right.
So it has those things.
Yes. Those things
Whether
are
they are
included with
new
the car.
or not is a little ambiguous.
Whether or not they're even installed. Like they could be in the trunk of the car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes with spare parts. Ooh, you got a point there.
Ooh.
So that could have been a list of the spare
It
parts.
could be.
Mostly body parts, it says.
Oh, because it needs them. Oh, man.
The window cables are snapped, so the windows have to be pulled up and down by hand.
That's handy. Haha, see what I did there?
Very good. Instrument panel does not light up. You know, if you're driving in
Who
the
needs
dark.
anyway? Who needs an instrument panel? That's ridiculous. Real drivers drive by feel.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
You should know your car.
That's right.
Few tears in the back window. That's to be expected. Asking $2,500. Price is negotiable. Just don't lowball me.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to the photos. What do we got here? We've got a black hood and a black trunk and a spray painted car.
Ooh,
The interior's rough.
not good.
Somebody took the liberty of spray painting one of the
what in the
doors
world?
with some blue just kind of randomly.
And then it's
sprayed
almost like
right
they
in the
tried to
middle.
scrape it off in places. I don't
Right.
know what they were thinking.
But then that blue patch is highlighted later on in the photos.
Yeah,
Like there's a
like
close up of the blue patch.
Yeah.
So I'm
it's
not
weird.
sure. Maybe it's like a modern art thing. Rocker panel number 1.
Yeah. It's so rusty. Like there's so much rust in there. It looks like cauliflower.
That is more rot than I've seen in a
It's
long
bad.
time.
Oh, man.
That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Interior, I mean, come on. It's what you would expect out of a
nasty.
92. Yeah, hasn't been taken care of. We'll just put it that way. Oh, black nail polish on the thumb that's over the license plate. Yeah, sure. Oh, there's the blue splotch.
Yeah. The blue.
You're right. It looks like somebody tried to scrape it off.
Yeah.
or
Like there's
maybe
scrape
wipe
marks
it off. Yeah.
in it. I don't know. It's weird.
It's clearly spray paint.
Yeah.
And we have the obligatory,
Oh, yeah.
Car shot.
Stylized photo.
magazine shot.
Yeah.
I like how the lip is broken and hanging down. It makes it look like the Miata's drooling.
Or he's been in a really bad bar fight.
Fat lip. It is on the left side. It could have been a stroke.
Ooh.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I'm just saying.
It might have been a sympathy stroke.
Here's the other rocker panel.
Oh.
You can see subframe. That's awesome.
Gaping hole. Gaping.
And it's lime green.
Yeah, what the heck is up with the lime green?
I don't know.
And it's under the yellow paint. Like, it was lime green under the yellow paint.
Yeah, it doesn't help the limited edition sunburst yellow cause.
No.
Little rot in the front fender. And again, you're going to find the ad. You're going to find all the photos up on boostboostbbq.com. Probably go ahead and make a post of it on Facebook as well. So if you come over to our Facebook page, you'll be able to scroll through and find these photos. Yep. It is a Miata that is in the Rust Belt, and I'm going to guess that you're going to be the 13th owner.
Right.
So there you go, folks. Let us know if, even with the body rot and things, maybe the Miata is still worth it.
I don't know.
Maybe there was a lime green that was sprayed underneath of the yellow original from the factory.
Maybe.
You got to go ahead and just let me know that, because that would be news to me.
Yep.
But I wish this person all the best in their endeavors. And, when they say 2,500 or best offer, maybe 800 is going to be the best offer.
Maybe.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know. I've seen a few cars for 800 that are in better condition than that. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. We want to hear what you guys think anyway with hashtag smoke and deal or hashtag smoking a doob.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Get back to us using the hashtag, which you think it's going to be, and we'll tally those up and let you guys know. Well, something that is most definitely a smoke and deal
Yes.
is going to be the giveaway that we have coming up.
Yeah.
So we are looking for 500 followers on the Facebook page. I think we'd like to hit 500 followers on the Instagrams and the Twitters as well, but we're gonna go ahead and start with the Facebook page. We have got a Boost Booze and Barbecue official staff shirt that is going to be up for someone who likes and comments and shares our page. One like gets you an entry. A comment on the post is going to get you a second entry, and a share out is going to get you a third entry into our drawing. And when we hit 500 followers on Facebook, we are giving that bad boy away.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell you what, I will give you a bonus point for any comment that can make either myself or JoJo laugh.
Oh, boy. That's a challenge.
Possibility of getting 4 entries just in the one. That's pretty remarkable. So, hey, we're going to be doing that. That's going to be coming up. We're going to go ahead and put that together, and we give it away when we reach the numbers. Help us get there.
Yeah.
To help you get a shirt.
That's right.
Get that shirt.
Help us to help yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you can check that shirt out and all of the other shirts that we have at our Teespring store, of course, teespring.com/store/booze-booze-bbq. It's a long one. Just go to Teespring and in the search bar, type in Boost, Booze, and Barbecue. Yeah. And you'll find our Teespring store. We've got a bunch of shirts up there for you to rummage through. Also, until July 4th, we have got a special edition, limited edition.
Yes, I like this one a lot.
USDM Boost, Booze, and Barbecue shirt. 100% of the proceeds are going to go to the Semper Fi Fund. The Semper Fi Fund helps post 9/11 combat veterans and wounded warriors with financial aid to help them get back on their feet, the families of those who unfortunately did not return, helping those families out in their time of need. It's a really, really important cause.
That's right.
Typically 4th of July is it's a day to barbecue and shoot off some fireworks. But let's not forget that 242 years ago, we fought for our independence. And we still have folks out there fighting to keep our independence and freedom. And we appreciate them, and we need to show them our appreciation. So help us to help them. Pick yourself up an awesome looking shirt and throw a little money the way of those families in need. And we thank you for that. And we rely on you guys for your support. Make sure to head over to the pages, like, comment, and subscribe. Please make your way over to our website at boostboostbbq.com. That's where you're going to find all of the links to everything we've talked about in the show, all the past podcasts. The podcasts, of course, are available on SoundCloud, Podbean, iTunes, anywhere that you'd normally find your podcasts. And JoJo, you're going to be found on your social media.
Yeah, my Instagram is at The Real Joe Francisco, and I post a lot of stuff on there. I also send it on over to Twitter, where I am at Joe Frisco. So hit me up and give me a like, give me a follow, share it with your friends. It's a great time.
It's always a good time in JoJo land.
Oh, yeah.
And of
Hashtag
course,
Jolo.
Hashtag Jolo.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm at Boost Boost BBQ on Instagram, Twitter. The Facebook is facebook.com/Boost Boost BBQ. And we're just getting everything out there to you guys. And if you like it, show us a little love. So thanks so much, you guys. For Joe, this is Andy, and we will see you guys next time. Boost Booze and Barbecue.